We have a study by Hornecker from 2009, and it truly is one of the most beautiful of all time. Let's take a look at the situation. Black has one pawn here, white has 4 pawns about to promote. And if it were white's move here, then it would be easy for white to win this game. The unfortunate thing is, it's black's turn, and black is the one who gets the queen first. And now the situation is that it's white's move. And yes, try to find the best move. Feel free to pause the video for this. You had the chance to pause the video. And now let's take a look at the pawn promotions we have available here. Let's start with the pawn to g8, promoting to a queen. What happens then? Yes, black plays queen to a4. And this will lead to checkmate. Let's take the next pawn, e8 to queen. What happens now? Now black can play queen to d5 here and deliver checkmate. d8 to queen offers a queen trade here, but black won't accept it and instead will play queen to f3. And this will also lead to checkmate. Yes, and then it must be c8 to queen. But no, queen to a1. And now queen to a7 is actually already mate, because your own queen blocks the king's last escape square. So we've already cleared that up. It can't be a promotion to a queen. So what else could it be? We need to generate tempo with white here. And we can only do that by promoting this c-pawn, and specifically to a knight with check. What happens now? King to a6, and now we absolutely have to keep a very close and vigilant eye on this crucial b7 square, because if black somehow manages to successfully get their queen to this particular and vulnerable square, then white will most certainly be completely and utterly checkmated. That's why the only yes. So let's take a look at what happens if white promotes to a queen here. Yes, then queen to h1 will come, and we keep an eye on this b7 square. White gets checkmated there. What if white promotes to a queen here? Yes, same story. White gets checkmated here. And if white promotes to a queen here to cover this square, yes. Queen to h1, and white will also be checkmated here. And now you might think, okay, we need to cover that square somehow, knight to d6, but that also fails because queen takes d6. And even if white promotes to a queen here, he will be checkmated without any trouble. Checkmate. Okay, so promoting to a queen doesn't help, and knight to d6 also fails. That's precisely why we absolutely need to acquire another capable knight to adequately and properly cover this critical square on the board. How does it continue? Black plays queen to d5, giving check anyway. King to b8 and queen to e5, another check. And yes, what could happen now? If white now thinks, oh, king to a8, I'll just move back again. Well, that fails to queen to c7. And yes, the knight will either be lost or there's a threat of checkmate on a7. That's why in this situation, as unbelievable as it looks, the correct move is knight to d6. Here, we simply sacrifice a knight again and say, okay, sure, just take this knight. But now I've gained a nice new square on c8. With white. Black moves the king to b6. Same game as before. The checkmate threat is maintained, and if white now thinks, oh, I'll get another queen, he'll end up getting checkmated. And yes, what is the correct move now? You might already be guessing it. The best move is we simply get another knight. We attack the queen and defend this important square on c7. And now there are 3 promotions to a knight, and every single knight promotion was necessary to fend off checkmate. How does it continue? Queen to c5, king to d7, queen to f5. And you can see here, black has to give checks. Because if he doesn't do that here, then this g7 pawn will just break through. And yes, black can't really make any real progress, because now we have a situation where the king is simply perfectly protected by his 2 knights. neither the king nor the queen can really break in effectively. And if black misses the chance to keep giving checks here, then this g7 pawn will be able to break through, and white would win the game. In other words, black has to keep giving perpetual check here, and that way, white can hold the draw. Did you expect that white would have to hold a draw in this position? Let me know in the comments. I've linked another study for you here, so feel free to click on it. And then we'll see each other again in the next video.